Alexander White, CEO, founder, Minority Baseball, Softball Prospects here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Other than, what's the real city we in right now?
It's the Queen City, baby, Charlotte, North Carolina. That's it.
I'm right here with Morris Madden. Can we tell us a little bit about your history, Morris?
Well, years ago, I used to play professional baseball. I played in the major leagues with the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Detroit Tigers. I was drafted by the Los Angeles Dodgers, and I also played with the Cincinnati Reds. Once I got out of baseball, I was trying to find myself. So when we moved to Charlotte in 2000, our house caught on fire. And then right next door to the place that cleaned our clothes was a baseball facility. So we went there, and that's how it all started. I noticed that there was not a lot of black kids that were coming in, but the ones that were coming in were pretty good. So we started to latch on to those kids and started to develop our own thing, and it was created in 2007, the Carolinas Metro Reds, which I am the president and founder of.
The Carolina Metro Reds, man, is one of the biggest programs in the country. This is one of our episodes. We want to talk about the MVP ground level, highlighting, heroes on the ground. And we feel like you're one of those heroes that, do whatever it really takes to take your kids to the next level. And we really do commend you for that. I think looking at this facility, this is one of the best facilities in the country, top to bottom, from your baseball field to your two other fields and your indoor facility. When I first came in, I was like, dang, he got it set up out here. So let's go around the place and tell us, what are you doing in this area right here? As our camera crew shows, we see books and chairs and things like this. What is this area right here for?
Well, first of all, Alex, I just want to commend you on what you're doing for the black community, and not only for the community, but for all the kids that aspire to play baseball. There's nothing like MVP, man. We've never had anything like that before. It's new, it's fresh, and the kids are really engaging and liking what you're doing. But just to give you an idea about the Carolinas Metro Reds and what we do here, as you can see, this is our little library academic center, and we cater to kids from the ages of 4 to 18. From ages 4 to the 6th grade, what we do is we just make sure that they read on grade level. And we know that if they're not reading on grade level by the 3rd grade, then there's going to be some problems. It's just a proven fact. But this is what we do. We bring them in here, we do an assessment, find out where they are, and we provide them with resources to get better. And also we have teachers and instructors to teach kids how to read, how to pronounce their words, and all that good stuff from age 4 to 8 to the 6th grade. From the 7th grade, 8th grade, we have what we call our STEM program. And if you could turn the camera that way, you will see Learn Fresh. Learn Fresh is a board game that our students, athletes use to do the STEM program. It was invented by the NBA, but that's the Major League Baseball version of it right there. And we did it very well last year. We did it so well that one of our kids was able to go to the All-Star game, all expenses paid by the Major League Baseball. And another kid was able to go to the NBA draft, all expenses paid in New York City. So a lot of good stuff going on, but the biggest thing for us is to make sure they're doing something productive once they leave high school and have an idea of what they want to do and how they want to get there.
One thing that we try to preach with Minority Prospects, just when we go around the country for our ground levels and talking to parents, you can't get a scholarship without grades. So as Morris talked about early, it really starts as a foundation, just like baseball fundamentals. If you don't have the foundations early, you're probably not going to be a successful baseball player. Same thing with reading and writing. Like you said, if you don't have it by 3rd grade, it's going to be a lot of problems moving up when you have more advancement of, the world of academia. So, we commend you on really focusing not just on baseball and softball, but also on the academic piece. As we continue to grow, we're trying to find more ground level people around the country that can, attest to touching more kids, not just on the baseball and softball side, but on the academic side. So just a quick question, on the average year, how many kids do you normally, impact?
Right now we're servicing about 250 kids on a daily basis, but going out doing the clinics and stuff like that, we do touch about 1,500 to 2,000 kids per year.
That's pretty dope, man. Show us around. Show us your big time office. You know, I was a head coach for 15 years. I think I was the top black high school head coach in the country, and I didn't have my own office. So, you must be doing something right, man. Show us a couple of these jerseys, man. You were the man when you got jerseys with your name on it, man, with all these different teams.
Yeah, I was drafted by the Los Angeles Dodgers, as you can see. Way back in the day, and played with the Dodgers for 5 years in the minor leagues. Then I signed as a free agent with the Cincinnati Reds. Played with the Reds for 2 years, and after that I was drafted by the Detroit Tigers. Actually, I was in a trade with Darnell Coles. Went to the Detroit Tigers, and that was my first taste of the big leagues. And then after that, the Pirates, and then back to the Dodgers at the end of my career. So I did 12 years of professional baseball, and my wife likes to show it off. I mean, it's all good, though.
Yeah. Quick question I'd like to ask all my former players. Who is the best player that you've seen or played against?
I played with a lot of talent, but if you want to say the most talented guys, I would say either Eric Davis or Barry Bonds.
Last question before we go check out the rest of the facility. One big thing that we're trying to emphasize on our ground level tours is the playing of multiple positions, right? We may go to you do a HBCU showcase August 6th, correct?
Right.
That we will partner with you guys on, but we may have 500 kids out here. We may have, you being a former pitcher, we may have 10 pitchers and may have 2 catchers out of 500 kids. What do you think, just being on the ground, how can we increase the number of pitchers and catchers and have kids, like you just had a kid drafted out your program, Isaiah Lowe, that wanted to hit, right? Yeah. Can hit. Yeah. Now, this guy wasn't a fake hitter, right? A lot of us, he showed power, average on, average with the glove, but had a plus arm, mid 90s on the mound, but got drafted by the Padres, correct? That's right. Was an MVP All-American also as a right-hand pitcher. How can we increase the kid want to and the parents' knowledge of kids continuing to be dual position guys?
Well, we want them to aspire to be dual position players, as you see Otani and Green that came out of California. Yep. Those guys could possibly play at the highest level and do that. But what we encourage the kids to do is everybody needs to learn how to pitch at a very young age. When they start learning how to pitch, and when they progress, then you can start honing in on that skill. If you continue to be successful when you're 13 or 14 years old, then that's probably something you want to pursue. But if you're not at 13 and 14 years old, then you probably want to start concentrating more on other positions. Or if you're good at both of them, then you want to continue to do that as long as you can. But there's just not many guys that are able to play multiple positions, or either pitcher and fielder at the highest level. So, sure. But we don't discourage them from trying it. We do have a lot of guys that we know they're going to be pitchers, or they think they're hitters. Sure. So we have to just sit them down and say, hey, man, this is where you're going to make your money if you ever were to make any. Yeah. And now with the NIL stuff going on, guys that are pitchers and successful pitchers, they're going to really get a chance to make a lot of money, not only in the major leagues or professionally, but in college as well.
Yeah. As we talk about that, Mr. Morris, I'm a Southern guy. As we talk about that, I just, kids, parents, I just really want you guys to look at rosters. Mm-hmm. All right, look at your college rosters, see how many pitchers compared to other positions. Look at your pro rosters, how many pitchers compared to other positions. If you're on a travel ball team and you're trying to play for the Carolina Metro Reds, 9 times out of 10, coach probably has a good shortstop, a good center fielder, right? But I promise you, he probably never ever turned down an arm that was solid, that could throw strikes, no matter what the speed of, can throw strikes and mix pitches. Everybody needs that guy. So really, let's continue to kind of focus on pitching, catching, and continue to develop. We're finna take this to around Atlanta Metro Reds. Yes, sir.
Now, catching is a position that our kids don't aspire to. For sure. I think Charles Johnson was the last one that was in the big leagues. Yeah. You have the skill level, you have the agility to do it, Just that you got to want it, man. If you want to be a catcher, you got to really want to play baseball and do the things that needs to be done. But I think that's one of the fastest ways to get there if you're a good catcher.
Get to the big leagues, get into Power Fives or whatever it is. If you want to make it and continue to elevate, catching is a prime position. I think the next guy that we have is maybe from Atlanta, Harry Ford, with the Mariners. He can swing it too, though. So we'll see, man. Hopefully they bring him up this year, an MVP All-American. As we have a couple guys that got drafted the last couple of years, MVP All-American catchers and pitchers. So we'll see, man. So we're gonna tour this great facility. Man, we right here in the great indoor facility. Do y'all have a name for the facility, or tell us what you guys usually do in this facility?
This facility, we have multiple things that we do. I'm going to take you up in a minute to show you where our academic piece started at. It's upstairs here. But as you can see over here, Queens University also leased this from us, and some of the coaches are over here in the weight room. We got about 3 batting cages here for the guys to work out with. We got a few pitching machines. And in the back is Queens clubhouse that they use back there downstairs. But upstairs, we're going to show you we got storage and also another piece of our academic part. This facility was not planned when we first came out here, but it was gifted to us from one of our donors. He said we needed it, so we went ahead and he went ahead and paid for this facility, the shell, and everything else, and we purchased. But it's turned out to be special, man. Very special.
Yeah, one of the best things you can do is have an indoor facility, man. So we're gonna take a tour around the facility.
Okay, so this was an academic piece as well, but we kind of moved out to give the girls softball a place to be seen. That they don't have a locker room yet. They will have one soon, but they're over here, and they got the nutritionists over here. They share that with the Queens baseball, and our storage stuff is back here. But as you can see, we got murals of me and my partner Jeff Schaefer over there, and the kids just had a lot of good space up here. We're gonna have to increase it because our kids are gonna increase. So this will hold about 50 kids once we get everything in place up here. This is our podcast room where we do stuff, especially in our STEM program, where kids come in and they learn about the ins and outs of radio broadcasting and all that stuff. We partner with a DJ called DJ Ace that comes in here periodically and talks to the kids about radio broadcasting. And we also have a couple shows that we do live from here. My show is called The Left Hand Side, where I just bring in people like Alex and Reggie and you, Cam. They talk about baseball and what you're doing at the grassroots level and beyond. So maybe we'll do this sometime soon.